This is our Unconstitutional Awakening program.
Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Brought to you by KD Consulting Redesigned.
Ahoy there, mateys. It's time to set sail on another episode of Unconstitutional Awakening, the podcast. Of course, you guys know around here it's spooky month. I'm hoping you guys dig this outfit for you. I pulled it out specially just for tonight because of my buddy over here from Uncle Johnny over there on YouTube, man. Uncle Johnny TV, doing some fantastic up-to-date news updates and some funny shit along the way. He wanted to come on here and let's talk about serial killers for spooky month. And we don't want to talk about that what did we reference him there, Johnny?
This the guy from that dumb Netflix show.
Yeah, not the guy from that dumb Netflix show. So don't come here looking for that. We're going to talk about ones that you don't really hear about too often, or maybe you have, but you just don't know that much about them.
If we have to reference him, we'll refer to him as JD.
Yeah, JD, Captain JD.
Heck yeah. Well, of course, you guys, hopefully, you're familiar with my buddy John here, man. He's this real awesome guy we met thanks to doing the show, and he's out there pushing some good news and pushing some good stuff all the time, man. Like you want a good laugh for your day to start your day off, just go check out his channel. And we're gonna share that channel for you guys to check out over there at unconstitutionalawakening.com, where you can find everything about every episode and even us, man. We got all kinds of good things out there, including the podcast and more section where everybody's starting to post some more stuff to check out. You can find where to watch us at. You can find where to listen to us at. You can find and get yourself some awesome Unconstitutional Awakening merch, as well as checking out our sweet sponsors, man. Those guys are doing awesome things out there for the Liberty community and making a big difference. And I want to make a reference to my buddy Ammo Can real quick because he's having a clearance sale. He's trying to get rid of some of that gear that he's got. So you guys make sure you get over there and give him a check out, man. So, of course, we'll have all them links so that you can get to Uncle Johnny for everything that we got going on with him and what he does on this episode. And other than that, let's get this show on the road, you guys. So, serial killers, man. That's an interesting subject. I was surprised you brought that up, man. Like that's some deep thought, in my opinion.
Well, I guess I've always had a morbid fascination with it. I was reading Stephen King when I was 11 years old, and he used to always talk about looking in the look in someone's eyes, and he used to say it's like no vacancy. There's the lights are on, no one's home, and those are the people he likes to write about, and they are monsters, spooky, demons, all that stuff's very scary. But you want to know what's scary? A regular human being doing that shit, and that's a good little intro to where my head was at with it. Plus, I mean, it's all the rage right now. Everyone's, about once a year, something comes out and everyone just loves serial killers. It says a lot about our funny little society. Because, what was it? 2 years ago, it was Ted Bundy. Everyone was all about it.
Oh, yeah.
And, Ted's, a legend. He had lots of love letters while he was in jail.
Well, there's your first thought, I guess, when you think of serial killers is, like Ted Bundy or maybe that fellow that's on that show or whatever. And then and then people always, reference maybe back to Jack the Ripper. I like the theory that it was possibly an ex-madam, like it was a Jackie the Ripper. You know what I'm saying?
No
and she was cutting open other hookers and stuff like that. That's what it was.
Okay.
Like I know you don't buy that, Bandit, but I mean,
I don't because let's think about it this way. Never. I mean, when you think about, there have been women serial killers. Okay, all right. Women have committed mass murders. They they don't do it in that horrendous of a way, though. They don't like fillet people. They don't cut people open and cut them into pieces. You know what I mean? They will poison. They will strangle. They will drown. They don't do it that way.
There's a lot of good arguments out here for it being a woman. And I mean, I know you're just like, wait, what? Like, but I don't know. There's some good hints that lay back to this, and the things that they think that the way that they knew it was like woman's wombs removed and stuff like that. Man, like this. I mean, think about it. You've got your female serial killers. That's a thing. Like you've got Alien Wuornos, Elizabeth.
You got Alien Wuornos. Yes.
Alien Wuornos. I love that.
Elizabeth Bethany is another one that was kind of overlooked.
Yo, the Jack the Ripper thing, I've also heard they think maybe it was actually like a bunch of people. That's another theory I heard about Jackie Boy, plural, maybe. Could have been, I don't know. And like, haven't they even lately shed light? Like, hasn't there been debate whether whether he even existed? I don't know.
There has been like
he.
I
was
think
a weird
they
one
do
to me.
that.
I think he's almost like a folklore thing at this point. I don't know.
I think they will say that just to because he's one of the most notorious unsolved.
Oh yeah.
I think they would rather. I think they would rather just say he was made up and only
Fair
a
point.
folk tale, so they can kind of take the blame off of not catching him. You know what I mean?
Failing miserably.
For failing. Well, I mean,
but let's go back.
Then, God,
let's go back to the end of the 16th century.
Yeah.
Of the when?
The end of the 16th century.
Yeah, okay.
Like with Elizabeth Bathory or however you say it there. Like she was a noble woman. She was a noble woman. She was
Look
the countess.
at that posh motherfucking. This girl was murdering people on the regular.
And she was in Hungary and just out there killing and torturing hundreds of people. Like it was a thing. She was a woman.
God damn.
killing other women. Like this is a thing that I'm trying to this is why I don't know. It's plausible.
No, it adds a little credence. It adds a little credence, Clearwater, to your theory. I'll give you that.
There's
okay. We're not gonna get. We were gonna stick to U.S. serial killers because we go worldwide. Man, that could be.
Oh man, some of the Russian ones
really go.
Yeah, the Russian ones.
Oh, dude, the Russian cannibal guy, Russian cannibal that's at Black Dolphin Prison right now. Whoa,
fucked up.
No thanks, man.
So let's go back to Eileen then.
Alien.
She was terrifying.
Yeah,
but see, the thing is, her body count was only 7, wasn't it? But I think what made her was that the sheer terror from watching the interviews with her. Any of the videos you pull up of her. Yeah, any of the videos that
what would she do? I'm not familiar with her. How did she?
She was a truck stop hooker.
I gotcha. Okay.
That I think got beat up by one of her clients, and then she was just like, I ain't gonna take this shit no more, and gunned him down from then on out, and then enjoyed it too much.
Found out that she kind of liked it. Yeah. Well, that's what do you think happens? Let me ask you guys this before we go any deeper, because this is kind of a good I'm just curious what y'all think. Let's be real. every human has compulsions from now and then. So what happens to these people where that day comes where they can't fight it, do you think? Hardwired, weak-minded, trauma, all that?
Every human being has the capacity to kill another human being.
For sure we do.
It's what will push you over the edge. Like some people are born from it. Oh, yeah, here we go. All right.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Finish your thought, Bandit.
It's like every human being is born with the capacity to kill another human being. It's like, what is going to be that triggering moment that pushes you over the edge, if it ever pushes you over the edge, ever? Like some people,
and we've designed societal things to stop us from getting down with those primal instincts, right? The shame, the this and that. So
everybody is good. It's just whether or not it's childhood trauma or adult trauma or what.
Yeah. It seems, I hate the trope that it is. But I mean, JD, he didn't have, no, you know what? There is the abusive mother there, but she was abusive.
Oh, yeah.
Dad, right? So I mean, the mom, there seems to be, I hate this, it's us weak ass men. If mommy's mean to us growing up, it seems to really fuck our shit up. Which I'm laughing, and it's very serious.
No, you're laughing, but there's a point to that. There's a point to that. Because
if mommy's mean to us, we really get fucked up.
Boys look at fathers being mean as, oh, he's just trying to make me a stronger man. He's just trying to toughen me up. There's stuff like that. Mother is always viewed as the nurturing element of because once that nurturing element of the relation of the pair rejects you and abuses you, they view that as like, oh well, shit, I'm worthless now.
I think this is great. I think this is a great segue though into a question to counter what you're saying though, because what about in this lady's case? Like, what parent was it that turned her into this? Like,
well, for her, I think Bandit was saying it was the guy.
I said possible. I didn't say this is definite. This is all just out of my mind. But it's not scientifically proven.
The guy that beat her or whatever. Like, is this the same girl? Is this who we're talking about? Truck stop girl?
Yeah.
Truck stop lady.
Let's watch this. So, like, I mean, so that was her triggering moment.
It's like a 7-minute video, but we're just gonna watch some of it because I mean, you can get a good case of it.
Yeah, give me a little taste of it.
Tomorrow morning, are you prepared?
I'm prepared.
Look at those eyes.
I'm all right. I'm all right with it.
It's like Stephen King says, man. No vacancy, dog.
Yeah.
I'm all right with it, but like I said, remember and let them know that I know that the cops knew who I was. After Richard Mallory died, I left prints everywhere, and they covered it up. And let me kill the rest of those guys to turn me into a serial killer. I know they did, because I was no professional serial killer or anything. I'm a murderer or whatever you want to call it, It wasn't professional at what I was doing.
Eileen,
I did some sloppy work, and I left
how
prints.
have you prepared yourself for tomorrow morning?
Man.
I'm all right with it.
The way she said that was
I'm ready to go.
Look at the eyes, though.
I did some sloppy work.
In the room,
like she didn't clean up her work area.
No, she didn't.
And they were using.
Like, holy shit, man! That line got me. That's fucked up.
No,
because of the way she kind of said it, like a little, like she's kind of like giddy about it. It's a little joke. Hey, here's a little joke for you. I left my prints all over the murder scene.
There's a video I will share with this. It's like an hour and 14 minutes long. It's her on trial. She's much younger than this video right here. And if you want to talk about something that's terrifying,
she's already done some serious time by this time.
Yeah, and like this is the day before she died. This video is, but she's still just as nuts. Like and she'll get into it. She doesn't really have any remorse for what she did. Like she's just like, yeah, I did it.
Most of them, I would say a majority of them do not show remorse.
No,
it's gone. Ones. There was a moment in their life where that switch just turned off. You know what I mean? Just gone.
That's the scary thing about it, right?
You guys want to watch a little more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me get a little more taste of this girl.
Sonic pressure on my head since 1997.
Sonic
And every
pressure.
time I was trying to write something, I think they had some kind of eye in the cell, I'm not sure, but every time I started writing something, it went up higher. So I'm thinking that probably had the TV rigged. The TV or the mirror, something was rigged. They got a huge satellite on the compound. After they put the huge satellite on the compound, it could have been either rigged to the TV set or the mirror or something, because the electrician, when he put the mirror on the wall, he said, doesn't that look like a computer? The back of it, and they stuck it to the wall.
And do you think, what, did that affect your mind, do you think?
Huh?
Did that affect your mind in some way, the sonic?
It was crushing my head, and they were using sonic pressure continually.
Oh,
And when I
man.
had 3 meetings with Miss Villacorta on it, every meeting I had, she increased the pressure of the volume of the comm.
Skip
So
forward a
are
little
you
bit.
saying that you
Paranoid
felt in
delusions.
self-defense or in
Well,
self-doubt?
there is
What do
some
you-
legitimacy to her discussion.
Sure.
I mean, you know
You
what's
know?
funny is, yeah, nowadays I'm actually inclined. It's like if someone's saying some shit about police being fucking sneaky motherfuckers and dirty,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I'm like, yeah, maybe it's possible, actually.
And not just that. I think there is some legitimacy to like them using techniques to different ways and techniques to nudge you in certain directions to get you to do
Sure.
what they want you to do. Like they
Sure.
know you have certain intentions. Like what she said with after the first kill, they're like, hey, this would be a good female killer to put on trial and, you know, make a big thing about it. You know what
Sure.
I mean? So they
Sure.
could nudge her with certain things. They could nudge her. I know I'm sounding real paranoid, man, paranoid, but you know, it really is.
Nah,
There's just
man.
certain things. It's not it might not necessarily be like police ineptness.
Yeah.
They might have like pushed her to become a serial killer, you know, by letting
Or
her get away with it.
Giving that illusion of like, yo, I could do this, get away with it, that freedom. I mean,
Mhm.
it seems to be that kind of, it seems they kind of build off that to the point where you see they get progressively sloppier. And it's almost like at a point they're kind of like, this is awesome. I'm so smart, they can't catch me. And one's like the Zodiac and,
Oh,
you know,
dude,
these guys
we
that
weren't
like
gonna go
literally-
that way.
Yeah. Those ones.
You mean Ted Cruz's dad?
Yeah, yeah,
Or it's just Ted Cruz himself. Jesus
yeah, yeah. That's we. That's where it was gonna go. Kind of figured, you know.
Oh my god.
Thank you so
But
much.
like, so those guys, they never want to get caught. But at some point, it seems like a lot of them do feel some sort of shame because it's like they're like, "Yo, okay, this isn't fun anymore. Just catch me. Like, here's the 10 skulls in my fucking living room.
Well, and
sitting
then- but
here."
then you
You know
have-
what I mean? Like,
But then you have guys like this that they, you know.
Garavito. This is new to me. This is new to me, Jim Bob.
You
I don't know this
You've never
fella.
heard of Louis Garavito?
No, sir.
He was killing tons of kids way
Oh,
back
God.
when. Way back when. Like,
That's why I said we had to stay in the United States, because there was that one chick from overseas back in the 18th or 19th century, the Maria something or whatever, that was famous for killing kids too. That's not something that like.
No, I know.
Yeah,
but
we don't-
these are. I mean, these are. There's a
Is
lot.
that the Russian cannibal?
See, these are foreign ones that I just wanted to grease over, because these are like, I'm not trying to get too much into them because they are nuts, but these are I think these are like good mentions, like
Honorable mentions. Yeah.
honorable mentions that one day we could really cover. But these are some good ones to look up. You know what I'm saying? These are some twisted folks from other countries.
You know, something I'd be curious is like, I guess it's hard to determine because I was about to say, which country do you think has like the most serial killers per capita in history?
I think ours.
I think
right?
the U.S.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
in
but-
such the short time that we've been a country, I think we've had more. than
Especially-
anyone.
there's a lot.
Especially in California.
California fucks people up, man. Yeah, there's
Like-
this. They must be the heat or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's
But
like
you got to differentiate between mass murderers and serial killers.
you see. There it is. That's because I was about to say, and that's a great segue.
Okay.
The
Not to get
serial
us too
killer.
off- But like, is a mass murdering gun rampage person the
That is
new
a
age?
mass murderer.
The new age.
Yeah.
Is that the new age serial
Instant
killer? Right?
gratification.
Well, it's
Instant
like-
gratification. Our
It's
country
like,
is
well, I can't get caught, or I'll get caught probably because it's way too hard to avoid detection nowadays. So it's like,
I had
if you want
seen
that
something,
outlet now, you
I
go
had
and you do it
seen
all
something
at once.
about this.
You fucking spray them
and
all at once.
they had wrote an article about that exact same thing. Is the mass shooters of today the modern day serial killers? Like they figured, well, I can't go and do this month by month. I can't kill a person and then go a month and kill a
You'd have
person and
to
go a
be
month and kill a
so
person.
precise and so careful.
They're
to get
like-
it,
I can go get a gun and take care of it all at once. Because
I mean,
the definitions are like the serial killer
So-
does it for psychological and physical gratification of the
so-
kill,
right.
and then the serial killer is the one, or the mass murderer is just the one that just goes out and takes care of it all at once.
All right.
They've kind of
But then you've got this guy though, the dating game killer, who
Oh,
okay.
oh my God! I forgot
They-
about this guy.
they know of like 7 people. You know what I'm saying? But there could be up to 130 victims spread out. Like I'm talking California, New York, and everywhere in between. And like this dude was basically
that's a serial killer.
that's
Yeah, look at
serial
him.
killer.
The ladies' man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That seems to be a thing too. Like all these women are attracted to these psychopaths. Like I don't.
Oh, Richard!
I don't
Look
fucking
at
get
Ted Bundy, Richard Ramirez. This guy.
Ramirez was such a weird-looking freak too. Like, holy fuck, that guy!
But the charisma that guy had in court.
Well, he died recently. Alcala or whatever. He died.
That
Yeah.
guy kind of looks like Weird Al Yankovic, to be honest.
Hmm.
Sorry, Weird
Oh,
Al.
that's good. That's the Doodler. This is a California one.
Oh man,
Are these the
He
ones
was-
that have never been caught?
These are never been caught from California.
that's fucking horrifying. That picture is not cool. I don't like that. Jesus.
Well, that's a composite sketch of him because there's
Yeah.
no actually.
They don't know. They
But
don't
he
know.
apparently he often sketched a picture of his victims and then used the sketch as a pickup line. And he killed 6 men.
Oh, so he'd like go up and be like, "I drew this picture of you, hey sweetie," and then
Yeah.
damn,
But,
fucking using your art for that, bro.
and that,
No
and that,
good.
of course, this was just in California. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know they don't know where he went, or maybe one of them backfired one day and one of those dudes fucking killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like you never really know with these things.
God, there's a story there, where 2 serial killers accidentally run into each other. There's got to be. That's actually kind of a cool idea, my guy.
That's a good question.
That'd be a good
Like-
Netflix series, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yo.
2 serial killers, man and a woman, inadvertently like fall in love and start dating, and then they
As
have
they
to
were-
like make excuses as to why they can't make the date, or like, hey, why is there blood on your shirt? Or
Could be
hey,
a
why,
morbid dark comedy.
hey, they have to start making excuses about like.
There's no
It'd be
room
like
in the
Mr. and
freezer
Mrs.
downstairs.
It'd be like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but serial killers.
There it is.
All right.
Yo, you could
All right,
pitch
so-
that in Hollywood right now. Sold.
So
I
the
bet
only
that would pitch. I bet that pitch.
So the only thing I can find on any notorious serial killers that may have actually met each other was Myra Hindley and Rose West.
Interesting. I don't know those ones. Is that old timey?
I would think that would be like very rare for like, because I think those people tend to be able to recognize like each other.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think if
Oh,
somebody
there's a fucking good.
Crazy meets crazy and knows crazy. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Like,
so you
there's-
put
you know, you ever
take
totally
two
get that-
convicted. You take two convicted serial killers, put them in a room with 8 other people, and say, pick the other serial killer out.
wouldn't that be like a new reality show?
That'd be like the
The serial killer has to find the other serial killer.
Oh my god, dude!
sold.
Why are these ideas so actually marketable?
And-
That says so much about the fucking society we're living in. I love
MTV,
it.
don't steal my ideas.
Yeah, patent pending. Patent pending. God damn it! This is
Yeah.
all property of Unconstitutional Awakening. Take note. Oh man.
Oh my lord! But I mean, it just seems, especially just, I don't know. Like, I think Bandit's right in saying that the states have the most amount of serial killers, and
Certainly the most notorious.
and now think about this. Think about all the ones we still don't know about. Like,
oh god.
honestly, because there's
The
so
ones
many
you'll never know.
there's so
You'll
many
never know.
we have so many unsolved murders in this country.
It's
Well, like-
pathetic. Like their murders, the police department's rate of solving murders is ridiculous. It's like, I mean, look with the dude that has the Netflix series out. The police were completely incompetent in catching him.
Yo.
Right off the bat. But
Like the
let's just
first
talk
time,
about,
his
like,
first kill, they pulled him over, and then he had
Yeah.
the fucking bodies in the fucking back seat in a bag.
and
That was his first kill. They could have stopped it.
some of his victims that got away actually like made police reports, and the police were just
There-
like, okay,
Are you ready? Are you
That's
ready?
what it shows.
There's an official number, and there are currently 250,000 unsolved homicides in the United States alone,
Yeah.
and it
They're
grows.
Please give us more money.
It grows on an average of 6,000 each year, and in 2019 there were 8,905 unsolved murders before
But
the
don't
year ended.
worry, they are there to protect you, and they're gonna find the people that took the
That's
shit out
right.
of your house, or they're gonna pull you over for some weed or expired tags. But
That's
don't
right.
worry, there's almost 500,000 unsolved murders. To put that, like, look at the serial killers that are caught, and then when they give their statements, they will like talk about murders that were committed, but then they can't be corroborated. So like their official count will be like some 20 to 30, but then there's a possibility that he killed 200 to 300, but we can't corroborate that. Motherfucker, they will admit to all of these, and they're like, well, we can only prove 20 to 30, so that's all he's going to be convicted for is 20 to 30. But there's a possibility he killed 200 to 300. Like, look at Kuklinski. There's some difference. There's like, people want to say like he was just a mass murderer, but you know, his unofficial body count is somewhere between 200 to 300 people he killed.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, this guy. Okay, it is this guy. Yeah, he's awful.
Yeah, this guy.
This guy's fucking horrifying.
He's terrifying. This is an anger moment he had with a psychiatrist. This was only 3 minutes long. So just feel the fear. I think there's some extra added to this, but still.
As Kuklinski grew older, he swore that no one would ever again treat him with disrespect. He held unreasonable grudges and would sometimes stalk his victims for days.
How much would somebody have to humiliate you before you'd become obsessed with killing them?
It would be the degree he humiliated me. If it were not much, and it would be the time. It would be how my attitude was. If I was jumpy or edgy, it wouldn't take much. If I was passive, then he might get away with it. But no one really knew.
There's more to it. He's just kind of him walking down the hallway.
No,
right now.
that had me in a trance. That's fucking creepy the way they did that.
He's just terrifying alone.
You almost made me mad.
I know. What made you mad about that?
I don't know, but you almost did.
Can you figure out what it is?
No.
Try to look at it. Look at what made you mad there.
I don't know. I think it must have been something you said.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I don't know what it was.
Could it be that I was challenging you and it sounded judgmental?
Could be. Yeah, it could be. Because you've got me annoyed with you now.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
How mad are you?
Not bad. Pretty. I feel a little flushed. So that means that I've reached a point in my life that I'm a little annoyed.
What would you like to do?
Doesn't matter. I don't think it's gone to the point that I'm actually gonna do anything stupid. Just curious to myself why it happened. I don't know why it happened. I'm actually almost glad it did happen because you had a chance to see something, but I don't know why it happened.
Did you feel I was criticizing you?
Yes,
Is that what did it?
I think so. I
'Cause
think that's the part that did it.
who used to criticize you the most?
Of course, my father.
Yeah.
God damn. I mean, I was about to say, I'll tell you why it happened, bro, because you an insecure little bitch. Sorry. Straight up, don't kill me, dog, but you an insecure little bitch. Anyways,
I mean, but on the other side, looking in at that guy, because that guy alone, like he was.
I would never say that to his face.
I'm saying, like he was, he was a brutal. Bandit, this is one you wanted to specifically bring up. Like this is a brutal fellow. Like this guy.
Well, they made a movie about him that sort of did him justice. He was originally, hold on, I think he was a mom. I think he was a mom hit. I think he
definitely did mob hits. I remember that from those interviews.
But see, that was only a few.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they only proved like 5 or 6 murders he committed were mob hits, and the other 100 or so were just.
Well, he was just saying, he's like, if you piss me off, I might kill you.
Yeah,
I might just kill you. That's not mob hit. That's just a dude getting upset and murdering you.
Yeah,
that's serial killer behavior, I would call it. 100%.
Yeah. Just the calm, cool collective stalking his prey.
Yeah, it's not emotional. That's that's the stereotype. That's the stereotype, the one that's just methodical with this shit.
It is because I think here, let me bring this line. Hold on one second.
Because if you can ride the emotional wave and get the person through it, you might get away. That methodical guy, once he's decided you dead, you're dead. That's it. It's over.
But
it's done.
If we had to have a starting point of U.S. serial killers, it would be H.H. Holmes.
Okay.
He started in the mid 19th century in Chicago. And see, the thing is, what makes this guy probably one of the most important was the house he had was built from the ground up with killing people in mind. He had his entire home
look at this motherfucker.
so he could hide bodies and dispose of bodies in his house.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
But
yes.
But with you, I was actually H.H. Holmes is a great point to bring up, but I was actually getting into one, since we're talking about, local ones, I guess, in a way, Harvey Glatman.
I've been watching True Detective too, and I want to ask you, Southern fellow Jim Bob, about
Oh, yeah.
Just some of the stuff they talk about in that first season. Oh, look at that guy.
He
looks like Pee Wee Herman's younger brother or some shit.
So he would pretend to be a photographer, and then he would kill women that he was photographing.
Wait a minute.
That's kind of a classic one.
Oh my god, I saw this in a
Oh, I hate the way that dude looks. He looks sinister.
He does.
Yeah.
He just looks.
He's just measly.
Wasn't there a movie based on this or a show based on this?
I believe
one
so.
episode.
I
do believe that I had seen an episode on a show where the guy would
Mindhunters?
I don't remember where the guy would show up to crime scenes of people and pay the police off and then go and take pictures of, or maybe not. Okay.
Dude, what you're talking about is in a movie or some shit, though. I know what you're talking about, where the guy comes up the stairs and pays money to take a picture of the bodies, and then they find out.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I know what you're talking about.
Guy.
No, but this dude would do this, and then
that's a fucking horrifying photo. Then okay.
So he would show pretend to be a photographer and be like, "Hey, I'll take a picture of you tied up." Then really tie them up and then kill them.
Yep.
Brutal.
Why isn't that a movie, man?
I mean, someone's got the rights to it somewhere. Guarantee it.
So what was that question you wanted to ask, bud? About the true detective?
Well, okay, it's not even a question. It's more of just, I guess a question. Like talking about all these, you don't even know the number. Like think about deep in the swamp, down in New Orleans after Katrina, when shit was pretty much lawless down there. You're out down there in the middle of the swamp.
That's going to be what you refer to as mass murders.
You think so? Or like
serial killers, it has to be months and months and months. It has to be such a long
or decades.
I mean that decades, like sure, but I mean there's like Jim Bob, you've told me multiple times about how there's people that be living off grid, in certain parts. Like that's the place that I think would be ripe for some horrific realizations. Or
Golden State Killer was this
the Golden State. Oh, this guy.
He evaded capture for over 30 years. Though.
Was this the one that was a cop?
He was.
I think this is the one that was a cop.
Nice.
This is the one.
Yeah, he was a former police officer.
This was the guy that was a cop that evaded arrest for so long because he was a cop,
they
didn't know that they were hunting one of their own.
But in the broad open, this is kind of almost the of hiding in the woods. You know what I'm saying?
So isn't that the guy that comedian from the Drew Carey show? Not Drew Carey, the other guy that does the KFC bucket bit. His wife wrote a novel about it, and actually they caught him because of her novel. Fact check me on that, but that is, and then she died actually before they could catch him. Yeah, that's so fucked to me that's how they caught that guy.
Speaking of like
knowing that guy, Pat Oswald, or whatever. Yeah. I think that's his name. Yeah, his wife.
The ins and outs of things to invade capture. Look at the BTK killer. He installed.
But then he got caught. He got caught by some chick who really likes murder mysteries, which is kind of like beautiful poetry. The cops couldn't catch him.
He installed security systems, and he knew the ins and outs of the security systems on the homes, and then that's how he would get to his victims. I mean,
that's very like Red Dragon almost. That sounds like some Thomas Harris shit right there. Yeah,
This is the Green River, or no, that's a BTK.
That's BTK all day.
Now,
that's the BTK.
Now you want to see another another messed up one? What about Richard Chase?
Yo, just before I lose my thought of it, just kind of a weird tangent. Thomas Harris, right? The writer of Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, all that. Created Hannibal Lecter, right? No one knows shit about Thomas Harris. Look into it. Like the guy is a recluse. He wrote one other novel about like a blimp terrorist attack before, and then like he wrote those novels. what? I would love to fucking know what that guy's past is.
We
What is
have
like, and they don't know.
discussed
He
on the
doesn't
show
do.
before,
He doesn't
okay?
do interviews. He doesn't. No one knows shit about Thomas Harris. Like, that's kind of creepy to me, man. That's a little bit fucked up.
We have discussed this on the show before. Like, nothing gets pulled out of your ass when you're writing books and movies.
I
Books,
mean,
nothing
to
gets
some
pulled out of your
extent.
ass.
All right.
There's always some truth to what they're writing for movies, TV shows, books, stuff like that. There's always some element of truth to it. So,
in some way or another, this
let's
dude was
just
dealing
hope
with
Buffalo Bill. Let's just hope Buffalo Bill's right.
Yeah.
But hey, his home,
What's
the
that
home
song?
where that scene was filmed, his whole home and from Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bills, is in Ohio, by the way.
Shocker.
And it went up. Hey man, no. And it recently went up for sale on Zillow, I think.
All right.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
Interesting.
I got one for you,
Interesting.
and this actually has been like re-reddited or whatever conversated by over 12,000 people because this is an actual conversation people are having.
No shit.
So get ready. Was Bob Ross actually a serial killer? And
No, not
And he
my
buried his
man.
victims.
paintings where his victims were buried. That has been a serious conversation. I know this.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, I was gonna
Yeah.
buy a wig and do a Bob Ross news update, like dress myself up like Bob Ross. Like, I swear to God.
I like that. No, but I mean,
I'm still gonna
it's
do
like-
it. I'm still gonna
Still
do it.
told to do it.
but think about that.
His
He'd be the
paintings
perfect
don't come
cover.
up for sale. Like, you can't buy his paintings. They don't come up for sale.
And those places exist.
So,
Those are somewhere he's seen. Those are somewhere he's been.
Just paint the happy little tree right under the happy little body, under the happy little grave.
He's got, that's
The perfect
serious.
cover.
Yeah, that's a serious discussion.
I'm gonna look into this one. I like this. I know
need to
you're
look
not
into
joking.
this.
So wait, so what? They're finding bodies beneath places he painted? Is that what I picked up from that little post, or what?
He never paints specific places. He always paints stuff that he thinks. He thinks.
Sure.
It's never specific places. And so what they've done is, like, bodies have been discovered in places that resemble Bob Ross paintings.
Oh my God.
Hey,
that sounds like a fun rabbit hole to go down, man.
Wasn't John Wayne Gacy a painter too?
Painter, cop as well, was he not? I believe he was a police
No,
officer.
I don't think he was a police officer. He was a city commissioner or something like that.
Oh,
And,
okay. He had a little uniform. Yeah.
he was a fucking birthday clown.
That as well. Yes, that as well.
Yeah.
He's
So,
literally
but
it.
see,
Stephen King
his
based
paintings-
Pennywise on John Wayne Gacy.
He had really sold his paintings, though.
Oh, he's such a fucking despicable loser. I did like in that dumb Netflix show with the other guy where they showed a blip of him and his last words. I'm pretty sure that is real, where he tells the room to kiss his ass. It's like, bro, you're such a piece of shit. Like, yeah. I hope, like, I want to make it clear, we don't glorify these people. They are fucking coward losers. But they are fascinating, and it's like Stephen King. It's fucked up. I keep going back to him, but his writing a lot came from the fascination of what happens to a person, what needs to happen to a person to bring him to that point, right? And I think that's a lot of where my fascination comes into it.
No, I think that's aside from just talking about all these guys, there is great fascination in that. There's a lot of psychology to all of this, and like, you there's just a generalization, I guess, of what they define as a serial killer, really. Like, and this goes back to all this stuff about these unsolved murders. What do they really know about serial killers? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sure, there might be like that.
I mean, what about the guy sitting in the Pentagon that hits a button on a daily basis that kills dozens of people? That guy is arguably. I know, but it's like, but we separate that, right? That's a military operative. That's good. That's fine.
That's a good guy.
That's a good guy.
For the drone is a good guy.
Boom. Yeah.
But also, on the other hand, don't you think they allow these to go on because, like, they want to study these people? So they just, like, let this guy go. So we can and his brain
keep the people nice and scared too, dog. Like, I mean,
ooh, that's a good thought too, man. Like, keep the people scared.
And you need us. You need the cops because there's guys waiting to kill you. They're gonna come get you, even though they're pretty rare. Having said that, I mean,
and also
there's
like 300,000 unsolved mystery or unsolved murders. We're probably not going to solve your murder if he kills you, but you need us anyway.
After 48 hours, it's pretty much impossible. Unless they get fucking lucky.
All right, so I will. All right, I have not by any means a fan of police whatsoever, and me and my little brother have our differences. But he quit being a cop, and he is now a cold case detective. That's literally all he does all day long.
No shit.
Is go around and solve these unsolved murders. Like that's what his job is, and he's already solved quite a few and stuff like that. And that's I think that's a pretty honorable, cool thing to do because he's actually out there doing the footwork. You know what I'm saying? And trying to put to rest who killed someone's aunt or mama or something like that and shit like that. And that's an honorable thing to do.
100%, and I'm hard on cops, Jim Bob. But I am too. I understand. Like the thing that frustrates me the most, and it's worse. It's worse down with y'all specifically. The militarization of the police force, I don't like, and I think Trump. We should. Yeah, sure, all of them. Now, they have all done.
They all have, but Trump just gave them a whole big bonus when he was in office.
Their budgets are absolutely absurd. Little municipal towns with like fucking tanks. Like, what are we doing here?
But yet, all these unsolved murders.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And so it's like I hold them to a high standard. I am hard on them, but I'm not Mr. I don't hate all cops. It's like The Wire. You ever watch The Wire? There's good and bad people. Oh, the best crime show ever.
One of the best crime shows ever.
But like, it kind of shows you, right? In every circle, there's good and bad people. So that's all. I just want to make that clear. Fuck, if you're a good cop, if you're doing good work, rock on. If you're not, I'm gonna call you on it. That's it.
I am an ACAB kind of guy, but I totally understand what you're saying. Like
I fall in line with Jimmy on this one. Like, you're inherently a bad person if you sign up to purposefully oppress people, regardless of what's written on a piece of paper. If you purposely sign up, you're inherently bad.
I've covered this before, but I got kicked out of Christmas. I got kicked out of Christmas. Because
Jim Bob,
my little brother was proud to write a 76-year-old man a jaywalking ticket when he was still a beat cop.
Yeah,
and I was like
kicked out at dinner for that too. Yeah,
and I was like, you're a piece of shit, bro. Because like, leave that old man alone. Like that old man didn't deserve that ticket. If you wouldn't have had a badge on, I bet he'd have whooped your ass. Like,
go solve one of those 500,000. Fucking unsolved murders,
bro, and growing, and that's what I'm saying. So what about? I guess this gets into the realm of what ifs. You know what I mean? Like how many?
What about it? Yeah.
How many of these murder authors are serial killers? Stephen.
Oh, that's
just a piece of
basic instinct. Nah, Stephen King's just a weirdo. That guy's just
he's a piece of shit. No, he's seriously a garbage human being with a soul of trash.
Amazing books, but he is just a piece of shit.
Good books, but he's a piece of shit, man.
Why? What? Like, you can't dog my boy like that.
If you seriously take a look into his books, not only is he a pedophile, but he's a piece of shit.
Oh, you're talking about the sewer scene in it? Yeah, that's highly concerning. Some of his stuff is concerning. He's an alcoholic. He doesn't hide it. He was addicted to cocaine and alcohol, like big time.
That man should have finished the job.
Dean Koontz. All right, now that's family. I know.
Yeah, the van.
Dean Koontz that hit him.
The van should have finished him. Whoever hit him didn't do it good enough. Should have put it in reverse.
I'll tell you this: the Van guy really changed his writing, and there were not as many good books after that. I will say that.
Yeah,
I can't support this Stephen King slander, though. I just can't. I just can't.
But like, think about it. Think about. All right. So when there are tons, thousands upon thousands of murder mysteries that women read on
Yeah.
a regular basis. And think about it. Like how many of these authors are basing these stories off of their experience? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean,
I'll
I'm not
say
saying
this.
all of them, but I mean, just
No.
could there be one
First
out there? Do you
novels,
think
if
there
you
is?
wanted to really dig into that, is what they say, and I can attest to it. I've written a couple books, and the first one is very autobiographical. Like you almost can't escape it because you're new. Like the new writer writes about them fucking selves usually. So if you find someone's first book and it's pretty deep on, like, you know, they're either a former cop, something, or maybe, you know, maybe they got experience some other way. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
you bring up an interesting point because my girl and I just recently started to do that whole catch a killer thing where you get the thing in the mail.
Yeah, I've done those. They're fun. They're good. They're good games.
And I had brought that up to her when we first got into it. That what if departments are so hard up
sending real cases?
Hear me out. Okay, they are so hard up to get cases solved, and they've got such a backlog that they're like, let's just change a few things around,
dude,
and send this out as a mystery in the mail, because you have to log your stuff online and send stuff back in and log your stuff online.
No shit, you do, right?
You do. I'm dead serious. You have to log your thing. You have to log some stuff online about who the killer is and how you came to that conclusion. What if police departments are so hard up for solving cold cases that this is how they're doing it?
Yo, it's kind of Ender's Game-esque. Like, you know, like it's just like, yeah, that could be a thing.
What show was that? What show was that where the detective is the serial killer?
Dexter.
Yeah.
Oh, Dexter is a phenomenal show, man.
But
first few seasons, I was all in for sure.
You know, surprise, motherfucker.
What does it say about the population? You know, you made mention before we started filming tonight, John, about how it's the number one trending thing in North America and worldwide. Really, like it's
once a year. Once a year.
What is the fixation? Do you think?
It's okay. I got a kind of I think Bandit like this a little. It's a little poetic. It's kind of like, it's like our we're manifesting our primal urge to kill. We're living vicariously through these serial killers, and it kind of helps us be like, okay, that's going. I got my dosage now. I don't have to go out there and commit a bunch of murders. How about that? I said that in the creepiest way.
That small percentage. Yeah, and then you have this small percentage that it kind of elevates their primal urge to go kill, and then follow through.
I'd love to see if there's a spike in something after, you know, but I mean, it's always happening. That's the funny thing.
Interesting to see, like, go back and look to where they've put these shows out, like this, and then notice if there's been an elevation and a spike in killing sprees or murders after.
Someone needs to do that study. Someone actually needs to do that study. Any statisticians watching, get on that. Send it to Jim Bob.
That'd be interesting to come to a conclusion like that. Like, are they causing this? Because we all know Operation Mockingbird is in full swing, man. And even MK Ultra.
Always.
Even MK Ultra and Mockingbird go hand in hand. I mean, could they be triggering killers with serial killer shows?
Interesting. It's an outlandish thought that is sadly also very realistic. And I mean,
it's very possible, because we have proven time and time again the government will do whatever the fuck it wants to you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be with Netflix shows. Look how many. Look at the popularity of murder mysteries and serial killer things on podcasts.
Dude, A&E. Do you guys remember A&E? That channel 16. It was up here. It's fucking. I had A&E on.
I remember A&E
24/7. A&E. Fucking. It was either Murder Mystery or Storage Wars or Dog the fucking Bounty Hunter, but I
Yes.
didn't like those last two. It was all
Yes.
about that.
I watched me some Dog the Bounty Hunter. Are you kidding me, man?
God. What if that guy's a mass murderer? Like, Jesus Christ, maybe Dog's a serial killer.
Maybe he really is.
If we're throwing out hypotheticals.
Why
And
did he
takes
really
their
go to
face-
prison in
He
Mexico?
takes their faces and he just glues it on his own. And that's why his face looks so
Put the lotion on the skin. Put the lotion on the skin.
I mean, that's a technicality there. We didn't even actually bring that up tonight. At the end of the day, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre horror movies are loosely based on a guy.
Eddie Gein.
Ed Gein. It is totally not even. I mean, they will say based on a true story, but how loosely based on a true story?
Yeah.
They really should say something like loosely based on actual events. You know, because the dude
Loosely based on a guy who kept his mother's vagina in a box.
Yeah, and made furniture with human skin. Had lampshades of human skin. He had clothes of human skin, stuff like that. He was more like the old guy stuck in the house during the Leatherface movies, not the dude swinging a chain. That is not Ed Gein. Ed Gein was the old dude confined to a wheelchair in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. You know,
whole human bone fragments, a waste basket made of human skin, human skin covering several chair seats.
It's like, bro, just go to an arts and crafts class. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Masks made of female heads. Mary Hogan's face mask in a paper bag.
Yeah, the face stuff. You know what? Really, it was. You know who did that so well was Rob Zombie in those two movies, House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. Yeah.
The human face thing was...
Yeah, it disturbed me for years. And I was like 16. I was down at the beach drinking. I remember I puffed this fat J back when weed was illegal up here and cool still. And then I went home and I put that movie on, man. And it fucked me up for a long time.
You know, it's one of the things, like, you see these guys and you're like, well, how did he get caught? Oh, let's look at the pile of bones, trophies, the human face, furniture, the head, and a refrigerator. If you're going to be a serial killer, clean up after yourself, man.
You gotta be OCD with your shit. You gotta be OCD. Well, that's the thing, though. It's that level of insanity where they know keeping that shit is what's going to get them caught, but they're off on it. There's something.
Yeah,
I don't even necessarily mean sexually getting off to it. It's like, it's
a psychological pleasure.
I earned this. This is my prize, and it's like, yeah, man, your morals got fucked somewhere.
The thing is, it's like with JD, he kept a tub of acid in his house.
Yes, he did.
You can't get acid now.
Yeah,
you know, you get acid now because it's a key ingredient in explosives. What you want to do is you want to get caustic soda, lye, get a barrel of that stuff, and you can just say, "Oh, I'm just making soap," and it will break down a body in the same way that acid does. And after it's done, you can use what is left over as fertilizer and totally.
I was going to say you're like a gardener.
As a fertilizer for your garden, and nobody will know the difference.
Jim Bob, can we get your brother out to Bandit's garden ASAP?
And if you're going to bury a body, if you're going to dispose of an actual body, bury it like this. That presents less of a surface area for body sniffing dogs. And the animal 3 feet above it. So they always dig up the animal first and think that's what the dog hid in. Or you just plant federally protected flowers, wildlife. Anywhere near that area, they can't dig it up. Because it's federally protected.
Build a bat house.
Yeah, build a bat house above it. They can't touch it. Be smart about disposing your bodies. Or pigs. Pigs will consume
everything but the hair and teeth.
That's some Thomas Harris stuff right there. And snatch also.
Teeth and hair. You can grind that up and use it as fertilizer, man.
So
I'm not a serial killer, I promise.
Okay, no, I'll give you one that I wrote a short story about. I always thought if you hypothetically, you kind of you burn them, grind the bones as best you can, then you make cement out of it, and then you make like a patio with the cement. A little bit of a back forward.
How gruesome!
Just a thought.
Have family cookouts on your human concrete deck. Hey, you have friends and family over, and you're just standing back drinking. You're just standing back looking on your deck. Watching everybody walk all over your patio. Like, if you only knew.
It's like great. Cement deck, man. So yeah.
Dude, I did this myself, man. I did it myself.
So, but I mean, truthfully, the greatest, I guess, fictional serial killer story ever told. I mean, from a lot of perspective, would have to be from American Psycho.
Oh my boy, Bret Easton Ellis, man. Yo, check this. I love that. Have you ever read the book? Either of you guys?
Yes,
It is fucking 10 times worse than the. It's so
the book.
fucked
What is the
up.
book? What is the book? Hold on.
It's Dahmer. Like it's JD. He's fucking. There's a scene with a rat trap and a rat. That's all I'll say.
Well, no. Are we talking about the American Psycho book? What's the American Psycho?
Bring
this up
the
so
novel. I'm bringing it up right now.
There is a scene.
I need to add this to my collection.
There's a scene with a piece of cheese, a rat trap, and a rat, and a body. That's all you need to know.
Yes.
This
is the
It's
book.
not cool.
Psycho, American. So the book is titled American Psycho.
Yeah, it was the movie's based on the book. Bret Easton Ellis actually wrote it. Who is he was very, very prolific in like early 90s. He actually wrote Glamourata. I can't say it right. But he sued Zoolander and won because they stole his idea for like models being serial killers sort of thing, or assassins. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite authors.
Interesting. I need to go read that book.
And check, and this is the typical bullshit. I'll make that super quick, guys, but I gotta fucking say it. Feminists got so mad at him for that book. The whole entire book is about the objectification of women and how it's wrong. So like it just shows, but it's very violent and there's some very terrible scenes, but it just shows how fucking stupid some people can be, how short-sighted. It's like, read between the lines. This book is a protest on your guys' behalf, and you are trying to ban it. And by the way, fuck Detroit, that little town in Detroit, for trying to ban all those books. Okay, I'm done.
No. Those are all good points.
Deerwood, it's called. Fuck that place, man. Anyways,
anywhere that wants to burn books is a bad place to be. Like,
I don't like that. I don't like that sentiment that seems to be sweet. Banning books from schools. Like, come on, man. It's not.
Yeah,
good.
I mean, kids should be reading Lord of the Flies, Catcher in the Rye,
Those are two good
Fahrenheit
ones.
451.
That's a good one too.
Everything. They should be reading all of those books, man. I mean,
give them the article that fucking Henry T. Ford wrote about the Jews too. While we're at it, I mean, just to
freedom.
Even the New York.
Okay. So freedom of speech. Also, like when it comes to those books, it's like people like have a hard. Yeah, that is a book. That is a list of.
That is so disturbing. I fucking
a list of books that you need to get a hold of and read. Whatever they're like trying to censor is what you need to go and read. But let me rephrase what I'm trying to say here. Okay, freedom of speech includes. God damn it, Jimmy! Like I see this shit, and then I get on my screen and I try to close those fucking pop-up ads, not forgetting that it's screen sharing for you. Freedom of speech includes stuff you don't want to hear. You know what I mean? It also includes speech you don't want to hear. That's freedom of speech. Let's.
It's easy to defend freedom of speech until someone says something you don't agree with, and that's the simple truth of it, right? That's it.
Sure, but I mean, that's why we're here.
What freedom of speech does not include is releasing people's phone numbers and addresses, allowing other people to attack you.
Because you've seen how spicy it gets. You've seen how spicy it gets firsthand, sir. You were here that night that people had some heated argument conversation. So
Oh yeah, we've had some heated discussions on this show. No, but that's good though. That's how it needs to be.
it does.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we usually keep it pretty cordial. But that's why we've been doing Spooky Month this month, trying to have a little bit of fun and talk about shit that's a little bit different. And
Right, because not everything has to be government related or doom.
I know, it's kind of nice. I
the
feel
world
like
is ending because we all know it is. We all know the country. We all know we all know the world is coming to an end. We all know we're all going to die soon, and we're the world economy is in the toilet. There's wars going on. Yeah, we all know that. We all know that the fucking WEF wants you to fucking eat bugs. All right, we all know that Elon Musk
3D
is
printed
secretly
steaks.
a fucking robot.
3D printed steaks coming your way soon.
They can
Bandit.
3D print my nuts. All right.
No, sir. There's plenty of
dude.
squirrel
Do you know why
and
I won't? Do you know why I won't be eating 3D printed steaks? Because I have fresh deer meat in the freezer right now.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there. Yeah.
And I have chickens in the backyard and rabbits in the backyard. That's why I won't be eating 3D printed steaks. You only have to bend the. Oh, John cut out.
I think he's still here. Is he gone?
No, it showed I think he might have had a connection issue.
well,
But anyway, just building on that, I mean, you're only gonna do that if you bend the knee. That's it. I'm done.
No.
I'm done on mine. I'm not soapboxing. But see, that's just the thing. It doesn't always have to be like, you don't always have to like listen to a podcast and that is notorious for like discussing those hot topics. What the government's currently like doing and shouldn't be doing, and world events and stuff like that. We do all kinds of things, man. This spooky month has been aimed at off-topic, like horror topics. But that's awesome though.
I mean, we had to change it up, and I mean, it's.
Oh yeah.
And I had to have fun because if anybody's gonna make fun of me, it's gonna be me, and we're gonna have costumes every single night the rest of this month.
And see,
so
come
on, this is a good one, and I'm telling you now, folks, they're only gonna keep getting better. So I hope you're enjoying my costumes.
There we go. All right, we had a connection issue from Canada.
It's okay, it happens.
Hey, sorry guys, my phone died there.
It's quite okay, bud. We were chit-chatting about these extra things that we've been doing, like this during Spooky Month with these serial killers and me and my costumes and shit like that. Because
crushing it.
Yeah, dude, it's like
we talked about it when we were talking about like what if we're living in a simulation, whatever. Yeah, maybe the world's ending, but we're still gonna have a little fun. We're still gonna laugh at whatever we want. And we're still
exactly, man.
Do our thing. That's it.
Everybody's talking about serial killers, but everybody's talking about that loser with the Netflix show.
I don't even know what show,
JD, man. Let's just call him JD. Or the same actor that played Quicksilver on the X-Men movies. He was Quicksilver.
Oh my god, it is that guy.
It is, dude. Like as soon as I found that out, I was like, oh, holy shit, happened. Man. It's the same dude as Quicksilver. Yeah, right? He was like, I'm done with Marvel movies, man. Look at that woke shit. And I'm going to go play a serial killer. But you see, the thing is, it's like it's so like creepy. Like he's so accurate. If you look like the comparison of like
I know
the actors that have played Jeffrey Dahmer. Shit, I said his name. The actors that played this guy, the actors that played this guy, the one that's doing it now is so accurate. And I watched a TikTok. I watched a TikTok earlier.
Right, it's a little unnerving sometimes.
Very unnerving. And he got the voice and mannerisms down too. That are scary.
Yeah, and whatever that actor's name that plays the dad, that guy should never be allowed to be the dad of anyone. Like I don't know how many dads that guy is.
How many dad movies has he been in where he's been the dad of some really shitty kids?
So many. You don't give this guy kids, man.
That's totally not like something we should look into. But
Brothers, like Jesus.
Yeah, that is so. And he was also the dad of the vampire girl from Let Me In.
Yes, he was. Oh, that's a good movie.
Oh my God! What have we just opened up a can of worms?
Swedish movie, yeah.
I think we've just opened up something to look into.
Well, yeah, there could be something going on there.
Yo, guys,
but no, seriously, hold on.
I'm gonna sign off tonight, fellas. A little early. I gotta be up.
Yeah,
that's what we were getting to the wrap up point. So,
yep.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Okay. Sorry, then. Let me just say this: Zodiac Killer, the same as Son of Sam Killer. That's
David Berkowitz.
No. There were many. It was a cult. The Son of Sam was actually David
Berkowitz, was it?
No, yes, but I mean he's the one that went down for it. But watch the Sons of Sam on Netflix. Great documentary. There were multiple killers, and I think they went in Zodiac as well. That's my theory. That's my hot take.
Well, of course, you guys. There's something good to look into, and you guys know where you can find some more of Uncle Johnny on Uncle Johnny TV over there at YouTube. We've also got him on Instagram as well as over there on TikTok. So, we're keeping up with him, and you can find all those links at unconstitutionalawakening.com. Of course, you guys know where to find all that good stuff. And we appreciate everybody listening tonight, and we appreciate you coming, hanging out, and having this good conversation tonight, bud. We look forward to the next with you as always.
Absolutely, man.
Yo, I'll just say, guys, I was like tired. I was almost gonna fucking cancel. I'm so glad I didn't. It was refreshing talking to you boys.
Yeah, for real though.
Yeah, for real.
Before we kill it, I have to leave everybody with a good joke. So, when's the best time to buy a pirate costume? When it's on sale. Good night, everyone. Have a good one.
God.